Hello, welcome back to my channel. And if you see my last community post, you know that I hurt my back about a week ago. So I've been on ibuprofen all week, drugging myself up, and just allow me to move. I've had this before, so it's not something new. I am used to dealing with this, maybe once a year, something like that. But I know the worst thing you can do is do nothing. You need to keep moving. So I've been taking ibuprofen all week, which has allowed me to keep moving and just sort of work through this lower back injury. But that's where we are, and that is what we've got. So I thought, although I can't carry a rucksack, that's for sure. But I thought I'd like to get out of the roof box and roof box. It's still on roof to be honest. I'd like to get out in the roof tent, and I'm planning to spend the night in the lakes in that, and then tomorrow I'm just going to do a bit of a walk, maybe bag a few Wainwrights, looked on him on. So yeah, the first thing to do is get in there and get some supplies. Okay, so I've got my my mocker. It's just 5:30 now. I left it a bit later because I've got an idea where I want to set up this, but I don't want to be setting up too early. It's like, you know, when you're camping, you don't want to get there too early. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get in where I want to get in. But if not, I've still got to give myself time to go somewhere else if I can't. That all will be revealed in a bit. So let's go. So, just arrived. Mountain, yeah. So if I can, I'll show you how quick this is to set up. If I can do it with one hand. So, you basically, I'm going to struggle here. I can't do it. Right. So, I'm going to do that. Take you around the back. Same on the back. Get on there, see if I can balance you on there. No, I'm going to struggle here. Oh, then, is that it? Yeah. Undo that, and then that. That's it, we're done. Not bad, eh? So I just need to put the ladder up now, and I'm going to attach them bungee cords that I mentioned in my last one, just because if it gets windy, these flap around. So I'm going to attach them bungee cords, and we're all set. Look at that. Woo! So I'm all settled in. Well, I wouldn't say settled in, I'm in. If you can hear that noise in the background, you probably can't see it, there's a caravan over there and they're just starting up a diesel generator. So, but as I say, I'm learning. I don't know any of the places that I can go in the Lake District really, and one of the concerns about getting this is where can I actually go, because in the Lake District I don't really know many places. I've thought of a few. This was the first one, and it's really busy tonight. There's people turning up I've only been here half an hour, there's people turning up all the time. So, you know, Scotland's a bit different. There's more places, obviously it's a lot bigger, but there are more places to get in Scotland. But what I noticed as well when I was up there last week, some of the park-ups, they don't want roof tents there. It says camper vans and motorhomes are welcome, roof tents are not. And I think the reason is because they've no toilet facilities in a roof tent. So, you know, they think people are gonna, I mean, I'm not a dirty camper, I leave no trace and all the rest of it, but some people may not be, so they could leave the place a tip. So yeah, so I still need to work out what I'm going to do in Scotland. But the Lake District might be difficult, and I got this. I thought I'm going to get one and I'm going to try it. Whether it's going to work for me or not, I really don't know. Certainly not going to replace my mountain camps. This is just to facilitate sort of longer trips away where I can just go on the spur of the moment, maybe go later in the day like this, and then I can do a camp the day after and then come back. So I still don't know if it's going to work for me, but I thought I'd give it a try anyway. So I'm trying to get organised, and I've got that bag there, so that's all the stuff that I wanted up here tonight. Got my tea there, and I've got some headphones, noise cancelling headphones. So I'm going to set that lot up and have something to eat, I think. And hopefully that generator won't be going rattling on all night. Anyway. So a bit of good news, that generator stopped. I've got my chicken and rice, picked that up on the way up, and that. So all settled in, it's great. I mean, the same with any sort of, like when you get a new tent, I mean it is a tent at the end of the day, but when you get any new tent, you've got to get sort of your rhythm and get organised and get used to it, sort of thing. So I'm still doing that. I mean, I've had on the recent trip we did to Lewis and Harris, I've had 12 nights consecutive in it, so sort of built up a bit of a routine there. And certainly if you need to depart in the night for a pee, you need to have a bag here for your shoes, so when you're getting out and when you're getting in, take your shoes off, put them in the bag, and when you're getting out, put your shoes on and then get out. It's the same as in any tent, no shoes in the tent, that's for sure. Right, so I'm just going to eat this tea, I think, and hopefully that generator's done for a bit. So I really enjoyed that. Had a bit of wine. Finished my chicken salad. Just chilling out now. Generator stopped, so we're all good there. So I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update on what I've been up to. Actually, I actually had a minor surgery on my mouth yesterday. I had to have a polyp removed from inside of my mouth. So if I'm talking a bit funny, I didn't really eat much yesterday because I was starving. After I'd had this, I couldn't eat. And then there's a couple of stitches inside my mouth, but one of them dropped out last night. Fortunately, it didn't open up the wound. But I'm just feeling it now, and I think the other one's come out. So anyway, yeah, so that was yesterday, and as you're probably aware, I've had a bad back for a week. I just couldn't believe it. I went to open the car door and my back just went. Lower back was, I could barely stand up, really couldn't. But then when I thought about what I'd done previously, I've been on the Everest event with Bushman and Chris and Andy. That was 3 nights in a tent. Did the Everest event, and then I went back home. I had 2 nights in my bed, and then I got this. Fitted this on my car on the Monday, and then Tuesday I drove 350 miles up to the Highlands and camped in my tent. Oh bloody hell. Sorry, get this light sorted. camped in my tent, drove 350 miles, camped in my tent on the beaches near my leg. I'll have to hold that up. And then for 12 nights consecutively I camped in this. And then the just realised 13th night, is that unlucky? Well, it was unlucky. The 13th night of the trip, we went up not a Munro, did a mountain camp in Glencoe. Great, in the Alack, camped up there with everything here. Came down in the morning, literally went to open the car door and my back just went. So I guess it was a combination of all the nights camping and all the driving. I'd done, at that point I'd done 1,300 miles in less than 2 weeks. Ended up being 1,500 miles when I got back. So yeah, so I think it's just a culmination of all that. And I guess my back was just building up and building up and building up, ready for the slightest thing just to break it, and it did. So I had actually had 3 days planned to be up in the Highlands after that, but I just had to come back. So I just took a load of painkillers. I managed to drive back sort of halfway. It was a 300-mile trip back home. I sort of drove back halfway, and I stopped probably every half an hour. Every time there were services I stopped, got out of the car, just did a bit walking around, then got back in and carried on. And I got a hotel at Abington Services, just as cheapy, and just had a night in a bed and then carried on and made it home the next day. But yeah, so all this week I've just been on ibuprofen, which has allowed me to move and keep moving around, because I've had lower back problems before, and the worst thing you can do, as I've said, is just to do nothing. So with the ibuprofen I've managed to keep moving, and my back, it's getting better, it really is, but I've just got to be careful. I certainly can't throw a rucksack on my back and start going mountain camping. That's just not wise at all. Yeah, so as you know, this isn't what I'd normally do. I mean, you know, I'm a wild camper in the mountains, that's what I do. But I mean, I am injured, so I thought at least having this gives me the opportunity to just get up here, have a night out. It's something to do, isn't it? It's a new experience. And tomorrow I'm planning to bag a couple of Wainwrights. Don't tell anyone, because I'm not a bagger. Yeah, so I'm planning to head towards Keswick, and there's a couple that I fancy having a look at, relatively easy ones. But yeah, so I thought I could do that tomorrow. And what am I think I'm on 146 Wainwrights. I've probably done about 4 or 5 this year, that's all. But I thought, yeah, something to do, innit? Otherwise I'd just be sat at home doing nothing. So I thought, hey, might as well get out, have a night in this. It's an experience, do a bit of learning, and then go and have a look at some Wainwrights tomorrow. The forecast for tomorrow is okay, and then I think the weather breaks tomorrow night and it's just rain. So I thought, oh, next week's looking rainy. So I thought, I'm just going to get up here, why not? But this weekend there's supposed to be a massive aurora event this weekend, but it's pretty cloudy up here now, so the chances of seeing anything tonight pretty remote. But maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But I think the rain's coming tomorrow night, maybe after midnight. It's coming in, so yeah. I mean, I parked up here back in May this year, and I went up Red Screes and I saw the aurora then. It was absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen that video, check out that video where I camped up Red Screes, saw the aurora, and it was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It really was incredible. But this weekend it's supposed to be sort of twice as good. But if there's full of cloud in the sky, we're not going to be able to see it anyway. Yeah, so I've had my tea. I've got some is that I've got some chocolate somewhere. What have I got? Oh, I've got that. One of them. And I've got the Old Faithful one of them. Yeah, so I've still got some bit of wine left, so I'll add that, probably that, and then check out for the night, I think, and I'll see you in the morning. So yeah. Oh, good morning campers. I tell you what, it's been a really good night. Everyone's been really quiet. Got quite windy, but the wind in here, as I say, I've experienced like 40 mile/hour winds. The wind's no problem. It's a lot quieter in here than it is in a normal tent in wind, so no problem at all. But the sun, it's what, 7:20 now. The sun rises at 7:17. So I'll show you outside. A car's just turned up. Probably a walker, and a van's just turned up next to me as well. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm not rushing. Just gonna decide what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna go for breakfast first, or in town, or what? I brought some cereal, so I'm gonna have them before I set off, and yeah, and then decide what's what. So I'm up and out. Just made my Weetabix, and it's a nice morning actually. That wind's dropped. You can see the flags just sat on the mountain top there, but other than that, it's nice. It's supposed to be a half decent day today as well. So looks like I've just been watching some people milling around. It looks like there's a fell race and a cycle race on. So there's people here marshalling, I think. So I'm going to eat this, and then I'll probably pack up, and I think I'm going to head into Ambleside. The walk I've got planned is up in, I need to head up to Keswick, but I've got all day, so probably head into Ambleside first, maybe get a cooked breakfast after this. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get this. You might have noticed that I've changed the roof bars. See these are the new ones I fitted the other day. The original ones that I had were what they call flush, and they sort of came like that. They didn't stick out at the ends like this, and I found there was a bit of flex on it when I tried to move it. It was flexing a bit, so I swapped to these what they call through bars, stick out further, and it's absolutely solid, that now, it really is. So it's miles better with these new bars on. And also another thing that determines the position of the tent box is you need to be able to open your boot. So I'll show you. So I open my boot, and it just misses. See that? So that determines how far back you can put it, which then determines where your ladder is. But unfortunately, I can't open that door because the ladder's just catching it. It's not a big deal. I just unhook the ladder if I need to get in that door, or I use the other door. So it's just things that I've learned since I've had it. As I mentioned, my bungees, mentioned them before. So yeah, no, it's good. So I think I'm going to start packing up now, and packing it down does take a bit longer than setting it up, because you've got to tuck all the sides in and slowly bring it down and just make sure everything's tucked in before you close it up. So there's a bit of it's a bit fiddly, but it's no big deal, and I'm learning as I go. I'm better at it now than when I first started. So I've got all my stuff sort of flattened out inside. All that just stays in there, and it's just a matter of taking these down and then closing it down. I'll try and show you. front one is a bit more awkward. So that's it, all shut down now. Probably took me 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more, but it's just making sure it's all nicely tucked in. But it's freezing on your hands, and that's one of my concerns, because I am planning to use it through winter. Packing it away, it's really bad on your hands, and when it's frozen solid. So I do struggle with my hands anyway in winter, so I'm gonna have to get some gloves and just see how it is. Maybe it's not a good idea, but again, as I said, it's all learning, and I'm just trying it to see how it works for me. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Right, get in the car now, and it's quite nice down there. So we'll head down towards Ambleside, I think. Get some breakfast first. So here we are, I've just arrived at I think they call it the Latrigg car park, and it's absolutely chaos here. I was driving up the road, I thought I'd just come up and see if there's any spaces. There's people parked everywhere. There was no spaces, so I was literally backing my way out, and then a guy came out of this space, so between us we sorted out, and I've got a space right at the top, which was really lucky. But it's dead busy, but I'm planning to head up there somewhere. It's a nice day, but as usual, Skiddaw and all its friends are clagged in, but then to the east and to the west it's clear. Quite a few people knocking around, as I expected it to be. It's a weekend, you see, so not ideal for parking, but we're in now, so that's the main job. So I'm just going to get changed, and then we'll get out there, I think. Right, so we're off, and as you know, I'm not a bagger, but today I'm a bagger, because I thought we're going to have a look at, well, probably the easiest Wainwright in the Lake District, which is just up there. But while I was there, I thought I'm going to go up here as well. I dropped the painkillers for my back injury, and it shouldn't take me long, this. I think my back should hold up, so I headed up to the path up there to Skiddaw. I'm going to cut up that way. I've never been up here before, that way anyway. Is it Lonscale fell, I think. It looks a bit gloomy up there, but around there it's nice. Look at that. Really nice. Got the waterproof just in case. Still got the shorts on. Yeah. Right. Get going, and I'll come back to you a bit further up. I'll tell you what, this next bit is a slog. The zigzags up to towards Skiddaw. That'll wake you up, I tell you. Look at that. Nice. Straight down to Dirtwater in Keswick. Lovely and clear. Tell you what, I'm blowing. A lot of people on this track too. Soon I'll be turning to the right. There's supposed to be a path that is on the map, but I've never gone that way before, so I just have to keep a lookout for that. Make sure I don't miss the turn. So I've just left the main path to Skiddaw. That wind's picking up, you see them clouds? Some clouds rattling through. Just hope it stays dry. Looking back there to Old Belly, and all that's in cloud as well. I expect this pass to be a lot quieter. Well, I expect it to be dead. Everyone's heading for Skiddaw. Been up Skiddaw about half a dozen times. Spent the night up there in a bivvy. Check out that video, my sleeping bag froze. Yeah, I'm not a fan of bivvies after that. Stick to tents, I think. Oh, we've just been going half an hour. Just beginning to top out on that first steep climb at that wind. Whoa, that's 25 at least. See the clouds rattling through there. So the ascent's more gradual now. Look at that, wow. Whoa, what a view. So we're heading up there. It's like a more gradual ascent, fortunately. Fantastic views north. Wow, look at that, yeah. There's a Plain Catherine range there. Summit. Here we are. Lonscale Fell. 2,300 and something feet. 46 is it, something like that. It's taken me 45 minutes. Is it? Yeah, 45 minutes. I tell you what, it's exposed up here, but fantastic views to the north. That looks really bleak out there, look at that. Really bleak. I've never explored that area either, so you know, maybe that's something to do. But it's exposed up here and there's nowhere to hide at all. Just look. Ace views. Go for it, everywhere. Straight down Thirlmere there, that's great that. Wow. I think that's looking down to my next Wainwright there, Latrigg. Yeah, I'm going to get back there. I'm just going to have a wander around here and just do a bit of exploring. I'm not heading straight back. But that wind is bitter. Winter is on its way. And here we are at Lonscale Crags, look at that. Yay. I don't want to get too close to this edge in this wind. Spectacular that. Whoa, wind. Superb. I'm going to get a jacket on now, it's getting really cold in that wind. But as usual, Skiddaw, all cloudy. It's an absolute cloud magnet, Skiddaw. The times that's free in a year, I bet you can count them on 2 hands. Right, let's get this jacket on. Oh, that's better. Now I've got a jacket on. What a difference. I brought my drone up. There's no way I'm getting it out in this wind. Never see it again. So I've just started my descent now. Views are incredible, look at that. I've picked up this path. It's not shown on the map, but further on a path appears on the map, just starts out of nowhere. So hopefully I'll pick that path up at the end of this that isn't on the map. So I'll just carry on straight down, I think. See the cars. It's, so this path that I found has now turned totally in the wrong direction, I think. Ah, good, it splits here, yeah. That's good. Tell you what, it's nice to be on this path. Since I left, you can see the main path to Skiddaw there. Since I turned off that, I haven't seen anyone. There's no one on this path. So it's nice to have a bit of solitude. Just enjoy the views, look at that. I was still going on this path, it's sort of traversing. I need to be going that way, it's taking me the wrong way, but I'm happy with that. It's rather than going back the same way. So we're going to drop down gradually that way and then I'll come back across. Pick up that path, I think, somehow and get back to the cars there. Yeah, it's lovely. So I've just dropped down from Lonscale Fell, which is up there, to the main path, which is marked on the map as the Cumbria Way. Nice path this. Car park's over there. Again, still got lovely views from here. Blencathra up there. Wow. I think that's my next Wainwright, probably the easiest one in the world. Latrigg. Let's get bagging. If I do that one, I think I'll be on 148, I think. I'll have to check. That's a lovely path, this. Look at all the people there on the Skiddaw path. Dozens of them up there as well. Oh, glad I picked that. That was nice. Enjoyed it. So I've just got to make it back. It's not over till you're back, and then nip up to that Latrigg. So I'm on my next Wainwright challenge of the day. Oh, I thought I'd do the steep bit up and the path down, having just come down from up there. Woo! Yeah, this is a calf burner. So here we are at Latrigg, my 148th Wainwright, I think. Beautiful views, really is, all around. Look at that. Yeah, so time to head back to the car. I think that's been a really good day, considering, you know, I can't get out because of my back and camp. I just don't want to put the stress on my back with this injury. So, you know, I took advantage of the roof tent, came up last night, had a night in that, because it's all new to me, so the more I use it, the more experience I get with it, the more things I learn. So it was good to do that, and then being up here, I went to Amoside, got some breakfast and come up here, had a nice day, and the weather's turning tonight. That's why I wanted to put the effort in and do it, because I've looked at the forecast from tonight into next week and it's just rain like we used to. Lonsdale Ridge. Right, I'm going to call it a do. Big thanks for watching as always. Get in the comments if you've got any experience of any of these fells. If you've been up here, I always love to hear what you guys have done as well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. See ya.